Okay, welcome to the third lesson in the series of solving equations. This one is focused on equations where x is on both sides, so it's not as straightforward as the previous ones where it's only on one side. We've got an x to deal with on both sides. Now, the first thing to point out, this is the first example here at the top. First thing to look at, let's identify our x's and our numbers. So I'm going to highlight in red the x's. I'm just going to highlight the numbers in another colour. So if you had two different colours, that would be ideal, okay, for this. Now, these x's are like terms. We can add and subtract them and whatnot together. And the numbers are like terms. Okay, you can add those together or take them away from each other, etc. We're going to start by deciding which side is the suitable side to have the x's on and which side we want the numbers on. And the easiest way to do that is choose the side that has the most x's on already. Okay, so the most positive norm. So in this case, 2, imagine there's a little 1 in front of here. 2 is bigger than 1. So the left-hand side is going to be our x side. Okay, so now that we've chosen our x side, we're going to try and get all the x's on this side. Makes sense, right? So if we imagine, like I said, there's a little 1 here. Okay, that is a positive 1x. There's no minus sign in front of it, so it's a positive. Okay, so we're moving a positive number. To move a plus, like what we've done before, we need to subtract. So we're going to subtract that 1x. Okay, what that's going to do is it's going to make it disappear, so I'll cross it out. And then we are left with 1x on the left, so just a single x, because there's 2x take away 1x, plus 1, equals 3. Now you don't really need to write plus 3, you can just write 3, because it's a positive number, alright? Just leave it as a 3 and that's fine. And then we're nearly there. You might already know exactly what you need to do. Okay, we're going to be subtracting that 1. Okay, because at the moment it's on the x side, we don't want it on the x side. So x is equal to 2. And that's it for the first one. Right, that's job done. Right, it's the same sort of idea for all questions each time. Just get your x side, get your x's on one side, and then solve it like the ones we've done before already. Okay, this is the second example we're going to do. Alright, again, I'm just going to go for it a little bit quicker. I might just underline this time instead of highlighting. Right, our numbers, and we've got our x's. Alright, so I can tell you straight away that the left-hand side is the x side, because 4 is bigger than 2, alright, or is greater number than 2. So my first step is going to be to subtract that 2x. Right, so then on the left we have 2x minus 3 is equal to minus 1, or negative 1 I should say. Okay, that minus sign is essentially attached to that one. Alright, so it needs to stay there. Right. Next step, again, we need only x's on this side, so this minus 3, or this negative 3 has got to go. Okay, and to get rid of a negative, we plus. Plus 3. Okay, so it's just 2x is equal to negative 1 plus 3, which is 2. And you might already know where we're going with this. This means 2 times x, remember? So to get rid of a times, we divide by the 2. And it's gone, and x is equal to 1. Okay, it's as simple as that. I still have 1 or 2 more examples to show you, but you might be getting the hang of it by now, so feel free to click off if you're ready. Go do some practice. But if you want to do a bit more, here comes a couple more examples. Difference between this question and the last, have a think. If you've worked it out, you might have, you might not have. But actually the better x side to use this time, we underline our x's, we underline our numbers, is this right hand side is actually going to be our x side. We're going to put all our x's on the right. Okay, because 7 is greater than 3. Alright, the reason we do that is to avoid having loads of negative numbers all over the place. Now, you're more than welcome to make the other side be the x side, but you will encounter a lot more negatives and dividing with negatives, and it can overcomplicate things. Okay, let's crack on. Right, again, we've got our x side, so our first step is going to be to subtract that 3x. Okay, to make it disappear. So we're left with minus 2 is equal to 4x now, minus 10. Okay, that's our first step. Now we only want x's on this side. This is our x side. So this negative 10 has got to go. To get rid of a negative 10, we do the opposite again, plus 10. Plus 10. So negative 2 plus 10 is 8, equal to 4x. That is now gone. Again, these two next to each other mean they're times in, 4 times x. So to get rid of that 4, we're going to divide by 4. Okay, so 2 is equal to x. The only difference really between that and the other ones is it's written the other way around. So instead of having x equals 1 or x equals 2, you just get 2 equals x. It means the same thing, it really doesn't matter. Right, that's chill. And if you hate it that much, just write your equation the other way around if you care that much. Okay, last one, last but not least. I popped this one in because it's got a minus in there, and it's something you might encounter. Okay, now this is a bit tricky, but again, be careful here. I'm looking for the greater number to choose my x side. Minus 2 is not greater than positive 1. Positive 1 is greater. Okay, so the right hand side will be my x side. Okay, so the first thing we're moving to the other side is this minus 2x. To move a minus, we plus. So my first step is to plus 2x. So that's gone. We get minus 1 is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay. Now our next step is to subtract that 2, because we only want x's on the right. So that can go. Okay, so we get 3x on the right, and we get negative 3 on the left. We're nearly there. We're now going to divide by 3, because this 3x means 3 times x. So we divide by 3, and we get that x is equal to negative 1. And that's done. Another question solved, another skill mastered. Okay, spend a bit of time practicing a few questions. I'll put some links in the description to help you with that. Just do a bit of practice and you'll fly through it. Alright? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe as always. I'll catch you in the next one.